Welcome to the weekly top 10 news on geopolitics and geoeconomics made by GGN. From April 9th to April 16th, 2021. 10. Iran began enriching uranium to its highest level ever, edging closer to weapons-grade levels, to pressure talks in Vienna aimed at restoring its nuclear deal with world powers, after an attack on its main atomic site. The move is likely to raise tensions. Source: AP News. 9. India is concerned about a vacuum developing in Afghanistan, following the proposed withdrawal of United States and NATO forces from the country. India's big worry are that instability in Afghanistan could spill over into its Muslim-majority territory of Kashmir and that arch-rival Pakistan will gain a bigger hand in Afghanistan. Source: Reuters. 8. India held a new round of talks with China to iron out differences over the next phase of disengagement in eastern Ladakh. India is believed to have insisted on disengagement at the remaining friction points, now that the two sides have successfully completed disengagement at the Pangong Tso Lake. Source: The Daily Star. 7. Russia is increasing arms sales to Myanmar's military and steadfastly standing by Myanmar's coup leader, General Min Aung Hlaing, an alliance that will further Moscow's foreign policy ambitions across Southeast Asia through future weapons sales. Russia and China are backing a proposed ASEAN summit on the crisis. Source: VOA News. 6. US announced that will station 500 more troops in Germany, as Russia builds up its troop presence at its border with Ukraine, prompting fears among NATO countries. The strategy contrasts with that of former President Donald Trump, who tried to withdraw 12,000 troops from Germany before it was halted by President Joe Biden. Source: Business Insider. 5. The United States imposed a broad array of sanctions on Russia, to punish it for interfering in last year's US election, cyber hacking, bullying Ukraine and other alleged malign actions. The sanctions are hostile steps that heighten the country's confrontation. Sources: Reuters and Yenis Afak. 4. Hong Kong's electoral reform bill has been introduced in the city's legislature, setting in motion changes that will give Beijing greater control over the process while reducing the number of directly elected representatives. The bill is part of China's efforts to rein in political protests and opposition in Hong Kong. Source: Irish Examiner. 3. Japan held consultations with the European Union on security and defense, in particular operational cooperation for maritime security, following joint naval exercises in the Gulf of Aden and in the Arabian Sea, as well as a joint port call on Djibouti. They aim to extend their cooperation to other partners in the Indo-Pacific region. Source: EEAS. 2. Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga visited US President Joe Biden in the White House, underscoring the importance of the US-Japan alliance, especially as the country's shared rival, China, grows in strength and aggressiveness. Source: VOA News. 1. The Chinese Air Force sent a fleet of aircraft close to Taiwan, for the second time this week in the latest sign of military intimidation against the separately ruled island. Military action has steadily escalated in the seas and skies around Taiwan in recent months, as the US pushes back against Chinese attempts to intimidate the government in Taipei. Source: Hindustan Times. If you like the video, please press like or subscribe. To read daily news and analysis on geopolitics and geoeconomy, you can follow GGN on Twitter, Facebook, or visit the website, which can be found in the description. Thanks a lot. Until next week.